In 2022, you said, I'm too busy, I'll start YouTube next year for sure. In 2023, you said, I don't have time right now, my business is going crazy, next year for sure. It's April 2024 now and you still haven't started YouTube. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I truly am busy. I hear you loud and clear. Well, we as entrepreneurs are among the busiest people on the planet. There's an endless list of tasks that we need to do. But let's be real for a second. You know that starting a YouTube channel could potentially skyrocket your business reach and impact more than anything else you could possibly do for your business. So the issue isn't your schedule, it's the uncertainty and fear of stepping into the unknown world of creating content in front of a camera. Deep down, there's fear holding you back. But I don't have an issue with fear. What are you saying? Stay with me here. Let's truly unpack this. So, fear is your brain's protective mechanism. There is a part of your brain called the amygdala that is responsible for your fight, flight, or freeze response. See, anytime you're about to do something new, like starting a YouTube channel, your amygdala starts going crazy because it was built to protect us from the dangers of living our primitive lifestyles. Your brain doesn't know the difference between getting jumped by a lion in the wild and then jumping in front of a camera to record a video. So you delay that task. You start thinking about how you'll start a channel, upload several videos and get no views, end up wasting time and then quit anyways. So if you're gonna quit anyways after starting, you might as well never start. Right? I love what Alex Hormozi has to say about this. Fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. It looks like an ocean you're going to step into and drown. But as soon as you step into it, you realize it was not that deep at all and you can keep walking through it. You're not going to drown immediately, even if you get a little wet. But there's something very important that we need to understand. With just a simple little tweak, you can completely flip the script here. To understand this, we need to realize that fear just means looking at the future and thinking about what could go wrong. Now, what if we just flip that and think about what could go right? That's what's called being excited. Fear and excitement in the amygdala share similar physiological responses. So in order to turn our fear into excitement, there's a few key steps we need to take. And the first step to doing so is to identify it. What particular thing do you fear? Really spend a few seconds thinking about this. It could be one or multiple of these 5 big fears stopping you. And once you recognize it, I'll show you how I've helped my clients reframe these 5 fears. So, is it 1. Fear of imperfection, 2. Fear of failure in public, 3. Fear of judgment or insecurity, 4. Fear of being inconsistent, or 5. Imposter syndrome. Now, as you think about the above fears, let me tell you my personal experience. Even though I know how YouTube works and I've spent so many years studying it, I've done it for 7 years previously myself, it still took me 2 whole years to convince myself to start this YouTube channel after quitting my previous one. I kept telling myself I was too busy to start, I had too many clients, I didn't know as much as other people did. What if my target audience would judge me when I don't have enough subscribers in the beginning, considering I'm talking about YouTube growth? I need a detailed YouTube strategy, I need the right video editor, I don't have the time to be consistent in the beginning, blah blah blah. But I only started YouTube when I lost my highest paying client. He was paying me $5,000 a month, and that's when I realized that I don't want to rely on 1 or 2 people to pay my bills. I was pushed against a corner for a whole month and just decided to start doing YouTube. I decided to use my fear to excite myself by imagining just having 1,000 subscribers and signing 1 new client every month who wants to work with me, not just somebody I have to chase painlessly for weeks and convince them to pay me. And even after starting YouTube, it took me 6 whole months to get consistent. In my first 6 months, I only uploaded 5 videos. It's fine, it's normal, this happens. But now, only recently in the last month have I started prioritizing YouTube after I booked a few calls with it and was able to sign a few coaching clients for $1,000 a month. So remember, every successful YouTuber starts exactly where you are today. They face the same fears, the same hesitations. They were scared about the exact same things. The key difference though is that they took the plunge. Well, I hope by now you've figured out what it is exactly that you personally fear. So now here are some very quick points to note for each fear that will tell you how to overcome it. Fear of imperfection. You need to see imperfection as a sign of authenticity and growth. Your first videos are not gonna be flawless. It's not about that either. It's about starting somewhere and improving with each upload. Excitement here would come from the journey of progression, watching how far you've come in 6 months, and knowing that each video you uploaded is a step towards getting there. Put enough time into anything and eventually you'll suck so little at it that you'll actually be good. Next, fear of failure. The thing is that everybody starts at zero, and how much worse can it get than being at zero anyways? The thing is that if you don't even try, you have failed anyways, so might as well try. At worst, you learn a few extra skills like learning how to communicate your ideas better when putting them into video. Fear of failure also stems from a lack of clarity, whether it is a lack of clarity on what videos to make, how the algorithm works, or what camera and equipment to use. You can honestly find all your answers online. Or if you want to take one-on-one advice from someone who has done it multiple times and worked with YouTubers of all sizes, those at zero and also those with like 4 million subscribers, you can book a free YouTube clarity call below so I can answer any one of your questions in detail. Now this call is only for entrepreneurs serious about starting on YouTube. Next, fear of judgment from family, friends, or other entrepreneurs, or even your clients. Well, this is a funny one because it truly barely even exists. We judge ourselves more than we judge others. Similarly, others judge themselves more than they judge you. And anyways, it's better to face judgment than face ignorance. Now you can reframe this into excitement by just recognizing that there are people who will resonate with you regardless of who you are, where you are in your life, and what you talk about, or even how you talk. Number 4, fear of being inconsistent. Lack of inconsistency is a lack of priority. Start first. You will slowly start prioritizing it when it makes sense. If you wait for the magical moment when this new thing of starting YouTube, which you're so unsure about, will suddenly become a priority, then you'll keep waiting. It'll never become one. So just be excited about the creative process and finding your rhythm. Each video is a commitment to your growth and testament to your dedication, no matter the schedule or how often you upload. Finally, imposter syndrome. You need to recognize that your unique perspective adds value. You don't have to know everything to contribute to something meaningful. The excitement comes from sharing your learning journey, inspiring others to start theirs, and positioning yourself as a relatable figure who grows alongside their audience. There's no harm in being imperfect. There's no harm in not knowing enough, but there is a harm in not doing anything about it. Think about it. As an entrepreneur, you've already mastered the art of turning your challenges into opportunities. You have a journey that's packed with ups and downs. You have been equipped with invaluable lessons and stories. And that's precisely what makes you perfect for YouTube. So what I'm saying is the journey from being too busy and too scared to becoming a YouTube creator isn't really about overcoming fear entirely. It's about moving forward despite it. It's about using your entrepreneurial spirit to fuel your adventure. So cool. I hope this has hopefully to some extent, or at least to some of you, motivated you a little bit and will help you overcome the procrastination and the fear that you have. So let's wrap all of this up with a crystal clear action plan. You know why you need to do this. You've wrestled with how it's to be done. Now it's time to sketch out what you need to do. So what should you upload? Your first video doesn't need to be a masterpiece, it just needs to be a starting point. So what's step number 1? It's defining your video topic. Now, how do you do this? How I do it is create a list of questions your clients ask you, create a list of objections your prospects have, and create a list of challenges you face in your work. Now pick one, that's your first video. Keep it simple. Answer a question, solve a problem, or share a piece of advice. That's it. Step 2. Spend 20 minutes writing a brief outline for your video. You can use ChatGPT for this. You don't need to script it because you're just talking about something that's already in your head. Just need to outline it. Step 3. Schedule time for filming. Look at your calendar right now. Open it up right now. Find a 2-hour slot this week. That's your filming window. Lock it in. This is exactly what you need. You need to commit. This commitment is the bridge between intention and action. So you're not gonna ever find time, you have to make time. Step number 4, record your video. When your filming day arrives, keep it straightforward. Your phone's camera and a well-lit room are all you need to get started. Focusing on delivering your message as if you're talking to a friend or a client. Authenticity beats production value in the beginning. Remember that. Step 5. Edit and upload. Now there are plenty of free or affordable editing tools out there. I use CapCut, I use DaVinci Resolve. Both are good. Both make your job pretty easy. Or if you don't want to do it, you don't have the time to do it yourself, you can pay somebody like $50 to $100 to do it for you. You can DM me on Twitter or X. If you need an editor, I know a few pretty good ones. I can recommend one to you. Your first edit might be rough, but it's a learning curve. Upload your video, write a simple yet informative title and description. Use Canva to take a frame from your video, put some text on it, and make that your thumbnail. Now you can upload. Congratulations, you've just taken a significant step forward. You've uploaded your first video. What do you do next? You reflect and plan on the next video. So after your video has gone live, you can look at the comments. Maybe you have none, but you can at least give yourself a pat on the back and then start thinking about the next one. What went well? What could be better? The only way to grow is to keep going. Each video is a stepping stone to your next one. That's all. That's all you need to think about. Don't think about how successful you could have gotten if you had everything perfect from the get-go. Think of where you will be if you stay and keep being imperfect for the next 100 videos, and how close to perfection your 100th video would be. That's it. So now for some people, this video is good enough. But if you're somebody who likes to know everything before starting, you need exact clarity, there is one thing you definitely need, and that is to learn how the YouTube algorithms work. And I say algorithms in plural because there's actually 9 of them. So just starting is not enough if you don't know how to grow on YouTube, right? So this video here will explain to you everything you need to know about the YouTube algorithms and how they work. So you can not just start YouTube, but know exactly what to do and how to do it. This information took me 8+ years to learn and 12,000+ hours to master. So this is the best summary I could provide. Click on it, watch it. It's the best video about the YouTube algorithms on the internet.